Hello, Jane Fays here from Sydney, Australia. Well, today's video just talks through the creation of this card I've made for my daughter. She turns 30 in a few days, and so I thought I would make her a card. I've been a card maker for over 30 years. I don't think I've even bought one card in all those years. And the cards take on various mediums, art forms over the years, depending whatever I'm into. And so for this card for my daughter, I thought I'd do a collage with a magazine image transfer. So if you've seen my previous videos, you will have seen that that's along the lines of what I'm working on at the moment. I create a bed of vintage papers, then I lay an image transfer over and just other layers and papers on top. So I just thought I'd talk you through what I've done here. This is a A4 piece of mixed media cardboard, and I've created a vintage paper collage just on the front here. And the papers I've chosen actually reflect the fact that Ellie will be turning 30. So there's Roman numerals there. I've also picked out a page out of a dictionary, which is 30. And so, you know, they're just a few little details that are important to bring in into a collage. We also shared a bit of a holiday in Spain a few years back. Her and her husband spent some time with my husband and I in Spain. We had a fabulous time. So I thought I'd include that and just some other bits and pieces of collage. So I lay down that vintage paper base first, adhering it all with matte medium, and then I adhered on my magazine image transfer. Obviously, it's important to change the scale of the image that you're going to put on an A5. So this is now half A4. So this is measuring 148 millimeters by 210 millimeters. And so you obviously, I just didn't want a big magazine image on that. This is not her, this is just an image out of a magazine, but it's a nice, cool representative of who Ellie is, and I think it suits her. Once I'd done that, and that was done onto tissue and adhered onto the front of the card and over the vintage papers. And then I just adhered on some of my poster art. If you'd followed me in some of the videos I've done before, I've got quite a collection. This is just a few that I've sorted through, and these are fragments of posters that I collected along the way. So this is the actual one that I've used a sample of, and I've just used a small selection and put into place there. And then after that, I have used my textured wallpaper as a stamping element, and so you'll see that I've used a brayer to apply paint onto the textured wallpaper and impressed that onto the card. And I've used a yellow and a grey just to coordinate with the poster fragments there. And also Ellie has always as a child loved yellow, and so while she's probably changed her taste now, it does hark back to when she was younger and really loved the colour yellow. So that's just the front, and then inside I've included some of the stamping again in two of the colour palette that I've got going, just two stamps to just bring in the same design that I've pressed on here. And then over the back I've just rolled the brayer. For those of you that have done some gel printing or stamping, you'll know that once you run the brayer over these textured wallpapers, it creates a lovely pattern on the brayer. And so once I'd done that, I just rolled the brayer across the back here, and on the back here I will write something like handmade with love by Mum. So I just thought before I write on this, before I send it off to her, I'd video the process and encourage you to also not just think big scale, but also use those same principles in a smaller format can look beautiful and is a gift of love to family and friends. So see you in the next video.